Hello and welcome to the Mortal Kombat Minute, the podcast where we analyze, criticize, and memorialize the 1995 film Mortal Kombat, one tantalizing minute at a time. I'm Phil Casper from philcasper.net.
I'm Spanish from GameFixShow.com.
And we are on minute number 7. The minute starts with an angry Johnny saying, "Where do you get these guys?" and ends with a relieved Johnny recognizing Master Boyd.
Okay, yeah, or a familiar face.
A familiar face.
We do find out it is him, but okay. But
he says Master
before
Boyd.
we get to that,
Before we get to that, where do we get these guys? Spanish.
Yeah, well, at that very moment, because you heard the sound,
yep,
which generally means in movies a cut from like scene to scene. That's not really what it always sounds like, but yeah. And then he just turns around and says, "Where do you get these guys?" So I think right then and there you just knew, like, oh, okay, that's right. Johnny Cage, his backstory, he's an actor.
Exactly.
So that's kind of where we are with that. But yeah, I just think that's totally his character as well, because like obviously these guys aren't as good as him.
Right. And Johnny in the very next sentence, like, just throws that out there. Like, and the press says, "I don't know how to do this stuff." Like, these guys don't even know when to fall down properly.
Right. So it actually, it kind of supports the story of, like, they think, a lot of people think that he's a fake.
Right. Exactly.
Especially the media in this case.
And as Johnny is just walking away, the picture pans and turns to show just the backstage set and the crew kind of resetting and whatnot. And it's like, in all the stagehands and whatnot, the crew have very 90s dress on. Like, you can tell this is definitely a film made in the 90s. We got tank tops, we got cut off jeans, we got shorts with tube socks.
Dude, tons of jorts. I love it.
Oh, it's hilarious. Oh man. And then also I like the one guy sitting down in the pink shirt with the single blue stripe polo.
Oh,
like
yeah.
He caught my eye back there.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I appreciate you, shirt polo guy.
That's definitely you. And of course the African American in the tube, or the like the muscle shirt.
Yeah,
I love
the muscle shirt and the shorts. Those
And
are
the
some
short-
short shorts. I have a screen capture here. I'm like, man, I think he has the shortest shorts.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but of course he's wearing boots too. They're all wearing like boots and socks.
Well, you got to practice standard safety, you know. No clothes,
yeah, of course.
No open-toed shoes on set. Come on, that's
I think I love the look of the set, because it is the quintessential kind of generic movie set with all the fixins, right? Like it has the camera boom in the background. It has a spotlight. I don't even know why that's there. And then of course the director sitting on a boom with the camera and the cameraman.
Right.
And of course the director's holding
megaphone,
I'm sorry,
right?
the megaphone. Yeah. It's so generic, but anyway.
And he's saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna reset. We'll go back in 15." I'm like, how long does it take to reset 5 actors? For this scene? But I guess so many cameras.
As far as like cinema goes, like you have to reset like where the camera starts.
Okay.
So like, because obviously when you're watching, the camera kind of moves back and forth. But if you really watch the scene, there's like cuts in between.
Right.
But whatever. Yeah. So okay, I have a little tidbit on the director.
I know where you're going here. Yeah.
Okay, do you?
Yes.
Ooh, okay. Well, the director, played by Sandy Helberg. Who the heck is that? Well, I did a little digging, and it turns out he was in another movie. Are you familiar with the other movie?
Was it Spaceballs?
It was Spaceballs. Nice.
Yep.
He was Dr. Philip Schlotkin. I was like, oh man, I haven't said it right. Yeah, Dr. Philip Schlotkin in Spaceballs. And if you're wondering now, who is that? Now, Dr. Philip Schlotkin was the nose job doctor that they got, and he did have a line.
Very well, Dr. Schlotkin, do your worst.
My pleasure.
So that's really. I think there was a really small one before that too, but my pleasure is all he was. So really, all it was he was described as the best young nose job doctor in the galaxy and Los Angeles. It's just a funny line. Yeah.
Which
So anyway.
they happen to be in Los Angeles here, so some crossover there. But
and a quick little bit about that.
Yeah.
When they show the picture of Vespa's like broken nose, like the old picture, the name under it was Dr. Irving Schlotkin, which tells me that was his father that did that.
Okay.
But that was never even a thing in the movie. Anyway.
So back to this minute though.
Please.
When he's coming down telling everyone to reset, I'm like, that guy looks kind of familiar.
Yeah.
And actually, a little bit of trivia here that I found out. Apparently, Steven Spielberg is a big fan of Mortal Kombat the game series.
Yeah.
And he was actually slated to play a cameo in Mortal Kombat as the director.
Wow.
But because of some scheduling conflicts, he had to cancel and back out. But since they cast Sandy Helberg, they tried to pay homage to that, I guess, and hint at it because he looks a little bit like Steven Spielberg when he's coming down.
When you first see it, you kind of think, "Oh, that's Spielberg." Oh, no, it's not. Like that's
exactly,
not how,
almost.
right?
Is that Spielberg?
Oh,
no, it's not. Unfortunately, he's
not.
a little bit of additional trivia, just camera gear trivia. He's sitting next to a Leonetti Ultracam 35mm Pro Studio movie camera.
Look at this guy.
You can buy that on eBay for about almost $7,500. If you,
that's it.
just
not
that,
bad.
just that much.
That's not bad.
If you want an old 35mm camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's this back and forth going between Johnny and the director. Like, I'm not doing this scene again. You take it, just take it as it is. And one of my favorite lines actually comes from the director. He's like, Johnny, if you do this, I'm going to go back to directing traffic.
Yeah. But then Johnny goes, I'm going to go back into my what do you say? I'm going to go back into my trailer and shoot myself
for being in your movie.
Yeah. He's like, no, Johnny, don't do that. And he pretty much just pleads with him.
Right. And the guy, and like, I never noticed this before until I was just rewatching this minute. I'm like, the guy sitting next to the director just looks so smug and like, can you believe this guy throwing a fit? Like, just,
oh yeah.
Like, come on, let's just do one more take. Come on.
Yeah. I would imagine he's probably the director's right-hand man or something. I don't even know. You know, right.
Assistant to the assistant director.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's kind of funny though. Well, then as he's walking away, he gets kind of like interrupted by a stagehand.
Actually, this is the assistant director.
Oh, this is the no, that's right.
Director. Yeah,
right. Well, at least when we saw it at first, that's what I was like. He's got to be some stagehand, but yeah, he's credited as an assistant director. Go ahead, I have the name too. But go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Yeah, played by Daniel Haggard.
Yeah.
And yeah, he is credited by as the assistant director. But yeah, like I was confused too whenever I saw that. I'm like, he's doing more like some sort of stagehand or other type of assistant work, not director.
Right.
Because like maybe he's assistant to Johnny Cage himself instead.
Sure.
Because it's like, hey, you got somebody that wants to talk to you, and Johnny's like, who is it? I don't know. Wait, you let.
Well, by that actual interaction, it tells me that he doesn't work for John.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You know, like at least that's what I got out of it. Like, because like when he comes up, because he's like, hey, Johnny, like, because he was like real timid to like ask him, because like if he was his right hand man, I'm sure he'd be like, hey, Johnny, blah 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 blah. Like he would just tell him. But this guy was like almost timid to like let him know this. That's what I got out of it.
Okay. Well then, yeah. I mean, but on the flip side, then I would argue like, yeah, he doesn't want to get fired for like because when Johnny says it better not be a reporter, the director's like, oh God, no. Do you want me to find out?
You want me to find out?
like, oh gosh, are you going to fire me? Like, dude, you're the assistant director. They can't fire fire you. I like the like in the background during this one transitional scene though, like just that smoke machine billowing out in the background as this guy is like calibrating it. I don't know what he's doing, but he's just standing there and billows of smoke going straight up into the air.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because actually you'll see more of it in the next minute, but we're not there yet.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. So after he talks to the assistant director, and this now we know that it is, yeah. Right. The shot changes and it shows Johnny Cage's name on the back of a chair, which we assume obviously it's Johnny Cage's chair.
Right.
On set.
But somebody's already sitting in it. And now John's like one thing after another. We're having to take another take. Now somebody's sitting in my chair. Hey, mister, come on, get out of my chair. You're in my chair.
Yeah.
And
he's holding a National Enquirer, but it's called the National Examiner,
which apparently is an actual magazine.
Yeah,
or was an actual magazine before.
At one point, right?
Yeah, at one point in time.
I like how they did in this movie. They tried to make it like it was real, like, you know what I mean? Right. Like there was, yeah.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, and like the magazine cover looks legit. Like I zoomed in, of course. I took a still frame and I zoomed in. The issue is from, I couldn't find the exact date, but it looks like it's from August something 1994 of the National Examiner.
Yeah.
And some of the headlines here: amazing, 98.4% of all products made in Ohio.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. These are like the clickbaits of the 90s.
Boy 4 shipped 1,200 miles in a cardboard box.
Right. Parrot quotes passages from the Holy Bible.
Like, why? But of course, front and center, it says Johnny Cage, a fake. And it's a picture of him like, rawr.
Yeah. Like doing some sort of tiger pose, I guess.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, this is just like the hot sheets of Los Angeles, I guess. I used to read some of these whenever I was growing up as a kid, because I wanted to after I watched Men in Black. It's like, oh, I want to get some hot sheets and see what happened. And like the thing that I found was like, toddler lives in ocean raised by dolphin. I'm like, wait, like ridiculous headlines coming out.
I love Bat Boy. That's like one of my favorites, but whatever.
And yeah, there's also the back of the magazine too that has horoscopes. Unfortunately, I couldn't read what the horoscope said. I tried to, but it's just too degraded. There is a number down near the bottom, but the significant digits are scratched out. It's a 1-900 number 7, which may be a 407 something.
Because it was probably actually a real one. Who knows?
Exactly. Because the horoscopes, actually, if you read closely, it's Examiner astrologer Wendy Hawks reveals your future, and Wendy Hawks was actually a horoscope writer for the Examiner. So that's
what they try to make it look as real as possible. So that's kind of cool. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. I do like that. So at that point he lowers the paper, and he just says, "Hi, Johnny." Like, kind of like, I know you, with wearing sunglasses still, right. So you can see where kind of Johnny got it from, at least in a little way. Right. I don't know. That's right.
A good thought. I never thought of that before. Yeah, like maybe he was influenced by this guy, who he obviously looks up to, because immediately once he recognizes who it is, he's like, Johnny is like completely disarmed, and he says, "Oh, Master Boyd."
Master Boyd. He's got a big smile on his face. So we automatically assume this was his master, right? I mean, that's right. That's easy to assume.
Right. A lot of other games refer to him as a sensei, I think.
Yeah.
But something that I noticed was, I think this is the only time that Johnny Cage is referred to as only Johnny in the movie.
John.
Like, and this is the guy that calls him Johnny. Like, that's how familiar they are. That's how intimate of a relationship they have. They're on a first name basis, not a full name basis.
Although Johnny has respect to him because he just calls him Master Boyd.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of this minute.
Yep. Because that's the end of my notes. I have nothing else.
No, that's I think we pretty much covered that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us this time. Once again, I'm Phil Casper.
I'm Spanish.
And we'll see you next time on the Mortal Kombat Minute.